Court has questioned the Mumbai Police Commissioner in an observation while hearing the Republic TV petition. Let me go across also to Vikram Singh, a former DGP of Uttar Pradesh, joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Vikram Singh, I just want to read out the quote and get your first response to it. In fact, Justice Chandrachud has observed, and I quote, "We are concerned that of late commissioners have the tendency of giving press interviews on ongoing cases." As a former police officer, I'd like to hear your response on that.
Well, Mr. Swapnil Kothari, my illustrious legal friend, is here, and he would be a better person to shed light. But let me tell you, on the basis of the professional requirements of the police department, premature disclosure is a breach of government servant conduct rules. You should not be doing anything that vitiates the atmosphere, because the investigation itself is as sacred as the court proceedings themselves. And therefore, please take pains to ensure that you and your junior colleagues do not make premature disclosures to the press and also deliberate leaks to the press. Apart from the deliberate leaks, there is so much that has happened that would not make and keep Param and the Mumbai police in the best of lights. I am very disappointed by the conduct.
Yeah. Now, I wanted to ask you, Mr. Param Singh, the manner in which this entire episode has played out, and you've been witness to it. And in fact, you've seen the way the story unfolded. And the FIR, just asking you as a police officer, as a case study, if an FIR is filed on the 6th of October and you're investigating a big case where big names and reputations are involved, on the 6th of October, would you as a police officer give somebody a clean sheet within hours, and then after a few more hours, drag in one channel's name? I don't want to ask you about this particular case, but I'm asking you as a police officer, do you think it was premature, the manner in which this entire episode has played out? And is it a time of introspection, Mr. Vikram Singh?
Absolutely. Justice must not only be done, but must seem to be done. In this case, it seems to be a perverse attitude and going absolutely one-sided. You should have first done your homework, ensured the proper and diligent homework done as far as the investigation is concerned, the basic parameters. On one hand, you have Sushant Singh case that you went on endlessly going round and round without coming to the point. And here also, you jump at conclusions. Now conclusions are jumping on you. Apart from the fact, there was the PMC case, don't forget that. Where was your diligence and the dogged pursuit and the Sherlock Holmes syndrome? Why did you let out the rich and the powerful in the PMC case? And here you choose to be one-sided, vindictive, perverse, and malicious. It is now on the face of it. Justice Chandrachud is one of the best legal minds in the country we have today. We are truly blessed to have somebody like him. And if somebody as mature and intelligent as him is saying that, it speaks volumes about the perverse investigation and the perverse path being followed by Param and the Mumbai police against you.
Yeah. Swapnil, one last word before I take a short break. If there's one big takeaway from this, for those who like to jump the gun, what would that be?
Yes. Well, Niranjan, you look at the words the way Justice Chandrachud is penning. We are concerned of late. When the Supreme Court expresses concern, that is an indirect hint or an indirect warning to all the people who are occupying high positions of power. Not only Mr. Param Singh, but say any investigating agency, any public servant across the spectrum. I can't think of all of them at the top of my head, but right now the ones who are in play right now, say NCB, ED, whoever it could be, CBI, all of them need to watch this, because this statement today is a veiled warning to all of them that please watch your steps. Otherwise tomorrow we will take action suo motu against any of you, for that matter, if we find this to be errant, simply because you're a public servants, you all have a very high prestigious office, you are the repositories of trust of the millions of people. We have faith today in the Mumbai police. The way I'm able to sit here, talk, walk freely on the road without being afraid that I'll be mugged or something, all of that is creditable to the Mumbai police. So, this is a very, very important takeaway. So I would suggest that people who are in high positions of power take note of this very, very seriously. And, the way the CRPC should have been followed, if a particular channel was named, you should have gone after that channel. You please go after Republic TV if you have a certain thing, but you have to have a basis for that. And if you are unable to illustrate that basis, you are unable to elucidate that basis, please do not talk about it. Please do not come on the press at all. That would be my suggestion as a senior lawyer. As simple as that.
Let me tell you, Mr. Vikram Singh and Swapnil, I spent 7.5 to 8 hours with the police yesterday, and I spoke to many officers on and off record. And what they had to tell me was shocking. I will not reveal the details, but let me tell you the names, and the truth is going to come out. And we hope that the truth they displayed to me comes out in the course of the investigation. I can't guarantee that. Only they can. Let's see what happens. Taking a short break on that note without giving more details. Thank you, Mr. Vikram Singh and Swapnil. Republic TV is tracking the story very closely.